going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We're back with Joshua from Too Many Projects Garage.
What's up?
And you decided you didn't have enough projects.
Yeah, you know, there's always, that's why it's called Too Many Projects Garage.
Right, so you came down here to, I've got, I don't know how many cars I gotta have close to 20.
Something like
15,
that, yeah.
16, something like that. And you decided you want to come down and pick one of my hoopties up and...
One of the ones that doesn't require a lot of work, at least.
Okay. Good luck with that.
It doesn't require an engine out service, so.
So which one did you pick?
Hey, the Subaru. It's in really good shape. I really like it, and I think it would be great. It's a great candidate for just cleaning up, you know, making it nice again, replacing some of the parts under the hood that needs replaced, or actually finding the parts and putting them in there because they're missing.
Did you just say something that doesn't require engine out service and Subaru in the same sentence?
Oh, it's fine. It ran good. It ran good. Unless it blows a head gasket like the Accord, then we might have trouble.
You don't know Subarus very well, do you?
Well, I know them a little bit.
Yeah.
One of my buddies.
Do you know anything about Subarus?
Stay away from them.
Yeah, everybody always tells me if you're going to buy a Subaru, buy a 6-pack of engines to go with it. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't have a lot of experience with Subarus myself. Oh, by the way, Michael from Santa's Workshop, I can't believe I forgot to mention you.
Oh,
I apologize.
It's like the elephant in the room.
The beard, you know, we both got beards.
Santa's Workshop, Too Many Projects Garage. Links to both of these guys down below the video. Go check them out. So you came from Tulsa down here.
Yep. Drove the venerable truck right there, the 2500
GMC. Good trucks.
It drives good.
This car, I haven't even looked at it in. Let's see, the mass airflow sensor was taped on. Oh yeah, and it's not even on there anymore. The tape is
we'll have to
long gone.
Get a coupler for that.
Ooh,
it's got oil,
dude. There's no way it's supposed to be that full. Wow.
That is a lot of oil.
That's... Are you serious?
Somebody decided that it was not full enough, I guess.
Where's the... I wonder... Okay, I'm going to pretend like I didn't see that.
Hey, it's better than it being low.
That's a lot of oil. What about coolant? Does it have coolant, or God forbid it's just straight water because it has been below freezing?
Well, there's some in there.
Water or coolant?
But it looks like clear, so I don't know.
It's
tough to say.
That's good.
I can't say. Oh, he'll do it. He's got it. Is it slick?
Water or coolant?
You got the...
I don't smell nothing.
Uh-oh. Well, if it pours out coolant...
That's why the oil's so high.
If it pours out coolant, then I'm not taking it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's been a long time since
we need to clean this puppy.
Yeah, it's
sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I don't, yeah.
We'll see if we can make it back up to Tulsa in it. That'll be the exciting part.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to go check out his channel, man, because I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
And I may still not.
Oh, hold on. Let me help you there.
Depends on if it runs.
There you go.
Hey, the antenna works.
There, as long as the radio works. It's not a horrible car. We need a screwdriver. Hold on. I used to leave the key in it, but I'm...
Yeah, the key, the screwdriver key?
Yeah, the screwdriver. It used to be... I'm surprised nobody stole it.
Stole the screwdriver?
The car.
I don't think... They probably took one look inside and was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, we're going to have to grab a screwdriver. I don't think it's... Oh, it's got power. No way.
What about a GMC 1500
You could try
key?
it. That thing is wallered out pretty good.
Oh, you're right. Holy crap. That is that is round.
We're going to need a...
We need a big screwdriver or something.
What is all of this? Boy, this car is horrible. From the outside, it looks pretty good.
The cosmetics, you know, and that's the biggest thing is the cosmetics. You know, you can fix all the mechanical stuff pretty easy. Cosmetic stuff, that's what you got to worry about.
I'll take the probe, personally. I'll take the probe any day.
Maybe.
All right. Let me find a screwdriver, and we'll see if we can start this turd up.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Screwdriver.
This should do it. I will be shocked if that battery has held Oh, God.
It's probably just gonna click and then do nothing. That's my guess. But hey, I could be wrong.
Oh, I just heard the click.
We've got gauges. Oh, wait, it's a manual, my bad.
Oh, you gotta push the clutch. It has a clutch switch. Yep.
I'll be damned.
It is turning over. Oh, it sounded like it was just about to start. Oh.
Come on, girl.
You can do it. Not locked up.
Oh, there it is.
She's alive.
Is it smoking? Any smoke?
No. No smoke yet, at least.
No
Oh,
smoke.
well, maybe a little, actually. It's not smoke. It's more
Well,
just...
I'll be dipped.
There's a
I
little
just
bit.
said that because he's wearing that
Maybe it's just because it's
Vice
cold.
Grip garage hat.
I don't know.
It actually ran
What do you
pretty
think of
good. It's not bad. Well, I ran my Aston Martin and my
purring.
Corvette this morning, and they were smoking like a mug too. So,
She's purring. See, this is why I think she has potential.
oh, dude.
Hey, we got even... Okay, less parts for me to have to
Oh,
try
it's
to
ripped.
source.
Never mind. It's broken.
I might be able to fix that. With some tape. No. Just get some black duct tape. It's perfect. Even has the Subaru
Yeah, the toolkit.
toolkit. Is there a 10mm wrench in here? That's when you know it's a good one.
So I've had a lot of you asking about this car, and I've had several of you actually trying to buy it from me. And I'm not gonna lie, I was considering it. I was really considering, because I'm so tired of being responsible for this damn car that I don't want that's sitting here. Well, it's crazy because right about the time I decided, screw it, I'm gonna let it go, I got a phone call from North Carolina or South Carolina, I don't remember. And it was this car dealer saying, hey, you've got my car and I want my car back. And I was like, who's paying for the storage fees? And the guy was like, what storage fees? I was like, dude, you've left this car sitting on my property for 6 months. I kept it in my shop, climate controlled, for at least 2 months because I didn't want anything to happen to it before I finally just threw it outdoors when I quit carrying because I didn't figure anybody was ever coming to get it. Well, he says that he's coming to get it. That was, God, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Then he called me back again and said he can't find anybody that'll ship it. So I can't get rid of this car. No matter how hard I try, I cannot get rid of this damn car. I told him, I said, look, there's a tornado down the street from here and it took the tarp off and it got a little wet. I don't know what to tell you, man. I did the best I could to keep it covered up. Speaking of cars taking up space in my shop, I think there's something in the shop we should try to get out.
Heck yeah.
Let's go see what that is. I bet everybody already knows. Take a comment below if you know what car I'm talking about, because we're gonna go get it out of the shop right now. All right, so which one do you think we're gonna get out of here? The Allante? Not a chance, man. God, that car is... I was just thinking the other day how I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. But every time I see it, there's just some, I don't know what it is. I don't.
Who was drinking DQ over here?
That was Monkey Wrench Mike. She is not a bad looking car at all. So no, we're not going to be moving this one out. I need to get the windows up. I probably need to take the door panels apart. And luckily this car has the Bose stereo system, so it's got these massive weird looking speakers in the doors that are a real pain to get past. But I do need to get the door panels apart and try to figure out what's going on, whether it just needs new motors or just new switches. But the one that needs to get out of the garage, honestly, I need to take this bike and put it in that trailer. I should probably take this bike and put it in the trailer too. But Monkey Wrench Mike abandoned his project here, and he just gave up on it. I'm kidding, he didn't give up on it. He's having trouble finding some parts for this thing, and I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want to take away from his content. But I don't think he's going to continue working on it down here. And before everybody starts, oh, Randy and Mike are having drama, it's no drama, guys. It's no drama. He wants to get his pickup truck on my lift over there. I'm going to help him swap out the transmission, and then he and I are going to take turns hauling his cars up to his place. So, no drama. It's just too difficult for him to come all the way down here from Tulsa constantly to try out a part, find out it doesn't work, and then go back to Tulsa, order another part on eBay, come back and try. It's just too much. It doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and pull this thing out of the shop. I think I'm going to roll these things into my trailer, and that's going to free up all of this. Then I can... Oh, the shifter broke on the Allante.
Can we push it forward?
Which one?
The Allante.
Oh, the Allante will drive.
Oh, well, you don't have the key.
I got the key. I don't have the key for the DeVille or for the Fleetwood.
The Fleetwood.
Yeah, because I was going to fix the trunk latch on it today. I bought a new... Yeah, the key for this one is in it. It doesn't come out.
Oh, heck yeah. You guys should make Cadillac.
I do.
You're acquiring a bunch.
Cadillac guy.
I'm getting confused.
Oh, I was looking for this. Hell yeah. I thought I lost this. I'm going to make sure... Yeah, the magnet's missing. All right, guys, we're going to move this out of here, and boy, I don't really want to ride that bike in the snow, actually.
The street's not snowy.
Yeah, but the backyard is, and that's where my trailer is. It's snowy and it's muddy. We'll figure it out. Well, this wasn't supposed to happen, but they somehow convinced me we needed to work on this stupid Cadillac. If I never see this car again, it'll be too soon. And I know Monkey Wrench Mike probably feels much more strongly about that than I do.
He's the one who drove it.
He's the one that drove. I need to clear the air real quick. I've seen a bunch of comments on his channel and mine saying that I'm an awful person, I'm really horrible, I'm mean, and I'm not a good friend to Mike. In fact, one person said, with friends like Randy, you don't need enemies. How nice is that? They think that I force him to drive the worst cars through the worst conditions. They don't understand he's a grown man, and he doesn't have to do anything. There was a reason Mike and I always take turns driving cars. Always. This is the one time we didn't. And is it a coincidence that I had COVID during this time? It's not. The cold air blowing on me was hitting my mouth and making me throw up. As soon as that ice cold air hit my lungs, I was puking. So, Mike and I had a decision, and I was fine with either one. We could get a hotel and call the whole trip off for about a week until I recover, or we could continue on our way and get home. Mike had obligations he couldn't walk away from for a week. That wasn't an option. I can't drive a car throwing up. It doesn't work. Mike, listen, I don't want to make Mike feel bad. But like, when it comes to friends, that guy, I was driving the Corvette to O'Reilly to get something for this car. I was trying to see if I was capable of driving for the road trip home. I did fine all the way to town. We got about halfway back, I started puking everywhere. As the driver, you know what Mike did? He reached down on the floor, grabbed a plastic bag, and held it over my face. Not trying to kill me. He held it over...
Are you sure?
That man held a puke bag for me. I am driving with my knees. I've got my hands literally covering my face, and I'm puking. It's starting to run out of my hands. And Mike jumps in with a bag and holds it over my face so I could puke in the bag. Then he took over and drove home. I puked all over. He let me borrow a jacket. I puked all over it.
Ugh.
What a good friend.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Not many guys are going to hold a guy's puke bag for him while he's throwing up everywhere. So listen,
Wow.
Mike is a great guy. I think that goes without saying. But I did not force the man to drive the car. We could have stopped and just got a hotel room. Unfortunately, I mean, I got obligations too. But he's got his dog that was in, what are those things called? Yeah. You know, that costs money to have in there every day. Plus, he doesn't want to leave his dog sitting there for, you know. So Mike decided, let's hit the road.
Doing it for the dog.
And it was great content. Dude, I watched my own video 3 times and his like 4 or 5. It was awesome.
Good.
So I wanted to clear that up. I don't want people thinking that I forced Mike into a bad situation. I couldn't drive with the wind blowing on me. I just couldn't do it. For whatever reason, that cold air hitting my chest, man, it burned, and then I would just start vomiting. So anyway, I didn't really want to work on this car. I've been tempted to just send it down the road. But these guys were like, hey, you want to do something to the Cadillac? And I was like, okay. And you know how that goes. You take one bolt off, and then...
Then 2, then 3, then the engine.
Yeah, then things start just happening. So... Here we've got, oh boy, that's gnarly looking. I may need to replace this. This is the switch, and the weird thing is down here, it's hard to see, but that's a vacuum line on the switch.
It's weird.
Why would there be, right there, there's the nipple. He pulled the vacuum line off of it.
The brake.
The brake?
When you put the brake in, that's what releases it for you to shift.
You think so? Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
That's actually smart because it changes the vacuum when you press the brake.
And look at these connectors. This thing is massive.
Serious connectors.
We're trying to figure out why the transmission is stuck. Like, it doesn't want to go into park, reverse, neutral, drive, 3, 2, 1. It will, but you have to force it. And now we have forced it so many times that something on the cable,
A little plastic clip.
He found it.
you found, okay, so it goes in the firewall.
No, it's actually right in under the dash. Like, you could reach it with your hand easy.
So it's
easy to
just a
get to.
clip that broke.
But it's like a clip that holds the cable into the bracket. And
Okay,
that-
so it's important.
So when you move the cable, it moves the whole housing instead of the actual cable in the housing.
Got you. So it is
Or the
so
sheath or whatever it is.
stiff inside the transmission that it is broken part of the cable.
we're
I'm
thinking-
wondering if it's the transmission or if it's that.
Okay, so this is where Michael comes in. He says that, you know, there may be this shaft, and I see the shaft right there.
But there's no access to it.
Oh, great.
I
Yeah.
think we maybe be able to take the shaft out, maybe? It's crusty. It moves.
I hear it crunching. What else we can do is we can try to move this shaft around. We can put the bolt back on it
Yeah.
and move the shaft around and see if it's free.
See if there's a difference.
Don't need to put the bolt back on it. We just need a wrench.
A wrench?
To put on it.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do then, guys. We're going to get down here with a wrench, or try to anyway. That sucker's, I think we can
It's
get
in
to
there.
it. It's, you guys can't see, but see, here's that vacuum line that we're talking about right here. Right here is that vacuum line, and here, even though you can't hardly see, the shaft coming out of the transmission is right where my finger is, right there. So
1136.
if nothing else, maybe we could dump a little transmission fluid on it or something and maybe help kind of loosen her up a little bit. He can fiddle around with this. I'll fiddle around with this shaft. And what do you want to do? He can supervise. he's gonna supervise. All right, let's fool around with this a little bit. Let's see if we can get this to where the transmission actually wants to shift, because I'm serious. If I can get the transmission to where it wants to actually shift properly, I'm down to put some money into this car and mess with it. But if it comes down to the transmission's got to be replaced or something, I'm just not down for that. I'm not feeling it, guys. All right. So while these two have been inside the car working on fixing the cable, I have been out here for about 30 minutes cranking on this sucker. And what I did is I pulled a part of the seal out of the shaft and I put some 4-in-1 oil, or 3-in-1, whatever it is, down inside of it and listened to it.
Before we couldn't even make it budge hardly without a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's not perfect, and park is, we're so close. But
I'm hearing him hit.
No, we're good. We're going
yeah,
to park now.
it's hitting park. It's not as solid in park when you're going slow and gentle as it is in the rest of the gears. But whatever.
It's going to park.
Yeah, it's going into
We're
park.
good. This is good. I
So
think we're
at
done.
this point, let me throw on the pieces that I took off. And I cleaned up the connectors, and I cleaned up the park reverse neutral safety switch. I took it outside with some carb cleaner, and I cleaned the connectors, which honestly, it didn't look bad. It looks better, I guess, but I mean, it was working fine before. I just got to remember to get that vacuum line somehow in there and on that little nipple right there. We got to get that back on as well. We'll start buttoning this up, and then I guess we'll find out if the zip tie trick works. And I know it's not the easiest to see, but the zip ties are right here at the very back of this, and they are holding this onto this metal plate back there, because without that the shifter doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, it's your fault. No.
He thought of the method to put the zip ties on. We both thought of putting zip ties on there, but I'm the one who actually made it happen. Yeah, because his hands are too having issues. So yeah,
He's got big hands. That's not an issue. That's just the way he was built.
well, I mean, we both got pretty big hands. I mean, yeah, we got equal
Yeah.
sized hands.
All right.
And he did it with gloves.
And he did it with gloves. That's
That blows-
impressive.
That blows my mind.
All right, I'm going to slap this back together, and we'll put the cable on it, and we'll see what it does. All right, so Can you guys tell these people I've actually been working?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been getting his hands.
Look at the hands.
Show your
Look
hands.
at the hands.
So I've cleaned them, so they don't. It doesn't count. I wiped them
A
off.
little dirty.
I haven't been.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing gloves because you know.
We've all been participating. I just don't want people. When people see a video and I'm not the one working, they assume that I'm just standing here and everybody else is working. So
He's definitely working.
I just want to make it clear. I've been participating. We've all pitched in on this car, and here's where we're at right now. We've got the shifter assembly back together, and here's what we're trying to verify. We're in first gear. Go for it. Second, third, drive, neutral, reverse, park. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you're back to first.
It's just perfect.
It works, and it's smooth.
Works so nice now.
It's smooth. Between all of us getting in there, Michael, Josh, or Joshua, what do you prefer? Josh, and myself, we've all taken turns in here turning that shaft. Like we've been spraying all different types of stuff into that thing, man, and just turning it back and forth, and I think we finally got it. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't get too excited yet.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
I'll be
excited
excited for
too.
you.
I'm very excited because if this works, then maybe I'll feel like really getting into this car and doing something. Because at this point, once that shifter thing broke, anyway, I'm just kind of done.
You need friends around to help you out and give you motivation.
I'm motivated, so let's button this the rest of the way up, and then you know what would be great? You know what would be amazing? Is if you could park is nice because on the whole trip, we had to set the e-brake and try to point it down a hill.
Right.
So that if it did go, it would stop somewhere without hurting anything. Right. Park would be great, but also trying to start this car is a real pain.
Yeah.
Because even when you find neutral, you've got to wiggle it around a little bit until it finally starts. So if you could actually just throw it in park and turn the key and it would run.
Oh.
I guarantee you.
Man.
It's going to happen.
Man.
I'm optimistic, okay?
And my starter rebuild, I don't know if you saw that, but
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never been more... all those things I've done in my life, that thing right there was it for me, man.
When you was talking about the stuck brush, I'm like, push it.
Yeah, we're all sitting there scratching our heads, and I was like, this thing is done. And Mike was like, Mike tried to tell me earlier that they float, on a spring. I didn't know that, man. Mike was trying to tell me, but I was so caught up in the moment, I didn't listen to him. So after like 30 minutes of fighting with it, and then finally he was like, okay, now Randy, listen, it's on a spring. And I was like, oh, it's on a spring.
Ding, 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 ding.
Fireworks are going off.
Monkey Wrench Mike, you should be down here, man. Thank you for helping, and thank you for... He literally waited like 20 or 30 minutes while I fooled around with it and just let me... He just let me because he tried to tell me I didn't listen to him, and sometimes that's how you got to learn, Good guy, man. We're going to finish buttoning this up. Yeah, let me see. Is this all that's left? And throwing the cable, but I'm going to clean this up a little bit. It's
newly zip tie refurbished cable.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. Zip ties are great, man. They'll probably outlast the original cable.
Oh,
They already have.
Yeah, it's broken.
Yeah, there you go.
We fixed it.
All right, guys, let's throw this back together and let's see if it works. Okay, time to test it out. I know that the job I did is good. The question is y'all's job good?
We're not even sure, really.
All right.
Let me grab my phone here. Almost forgot.
I think it's going to be all right. Oh, and don't forget your watch, whoever's watch this is.
I couldn't get my hand in there without taking off the watch.
Ooh. That is not the shifter that's binding up. There's something going on with this.
Shoot.
Yeah, it's not.
First.
This won't move. There it goes. Easy. That's perfect.
It's in reverse right now.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, drive, neutral, reverse. But see, that's park in here. That's as far up as this shifter goes.
Yeah, that's it.
So let me see if it'll start. No.
Well, it's not. You lost it. And it's in reverse right now.
Oh, there we go. It's working now. See, it'll go into neutral, but I can't get it into park because park bottoms out like reverse. That's as far up as this shifter goes. Like, this needs to be adjusted.
Yeah, we can do something, I think.
Because there is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a lip right here.
Yeah, I saw that while ago.
But hey, look.
Oh yeah, it shifts. Look at this.
You couldn't do that before.
All the gears.
Yeah.
1, 2, well, 1. It's still a little tight, but
a little stiff.
2, 3, drive, neutral, reverse. You got to really, something is definitely misaligned in here. Probably from all the
pulling,
from all the shoving and pulling on it. Something's gotten misaligned in there, or maybe that bracket. Oh, the AC's on. That bracket under the hood that holds the shifter cable, maybe that is bent slightly, and that's causing it.
It's got to be the shifter.
It's got to be the shifter?
Yeah, I think we can do some tweaking.
All right, you guys have missed a few things. Taking off this door panel, and it's a two-piece panel. It's got a upper piece with bolts that hold it in there, and then this entire lower piece. That was a nightmare to get off because you got to get to the locking mechanism and the door handle mechanism, and then you've got all of these plugs, and we found this one, which was nice and corroded, and that attaches to this module. I don't know what it is. Michael believes that it is an amplifier for the door, which would make sense. The window switch wires are right here, the purple and blue, and you just reverse the polarity on these to make it go one direction or the other. Then we got the window switches right here, door locks and window switches. So yeah, this thing's got a lot of wires. Good Lord. Okay, I don't even want to think about that. As you can see, the motor is corroded, and we've already unbolted it. It's a little rusty. I wonder if it'll spin manually. This is how I had to do the starter. I ended up having to take this piece apart, had to fix the brushes, and then we had to lube things up, get it spinning manually with some vice grips, and then put it all back together. So if we can get it working, great. If we can't, it's not that big a deal because these are only like 35 bucks on eBay. They go to a million other Cadillacs or GM cars, Oldsmobiles, Pontiacs, which is unusual because most of the parts in this car are pretty proprietary. I'm really happy to see that if we need these, it's only going to cost about 35 bucks a piece. Oh no, I got that on camera.
Right there.
I got that on camera.
Run away.
He made a boo-boo. So what are you doing?
I am trying to get this back together.
That is the window motor.
Yes.
Oh, she got wet. There's even sand inside. That's nice. If we can't fix it, it's no big deal. I can buy some window motors. And we got Joshua over here.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah. These door panels, honest to God, are some of the worst I have ever seen. I don't know why. You know why they did it? Because this is Italian.
Make everything hard.
Yeah. This is not General Motors, guys. Yep. He is trying to drill out a couple screws because the rust totally locked up these two screws, and you got to get both of these out. There's, well, it's hard to see, but there's one right there, there's another one right there, and if you can't get those out, you can't get the armrest off of the door. So I do have an idea. I just stick a screwdriver and snap. Worry about finding parts later. I could put it back with silicone. Oh wait, that won't. No, that's the door closer. That's not going to work very well.
These are not very good drill bits.
Hey, now those are probably Harbor Freight's finest, right there.
They're fine.
All right, guys, we'll come back to it here in just a minute. I think we might go get some dinner here shortly. This will be a good opportunity to check out the nighttime capability. I don't know what it looks like on camera. It is pitch dark out here. I had to run 45 minutes home and 45 minutes back. So let's jump in here and see what these guys are doing.
Welcome back.
Oh, they're doing nothing. I figured as much.
Oh, doing nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Oh, a window's up. It worked?
Kind of.
I see Gorilla Tape.
It needs more battery.
Needs more battery.
Yeah, I had the battery charger hooked up, but I don't know if it's really doing a whole lot.
No kidding.
But we got it up. It is very weak because the battery's pretty much dead, and also the lubrication is not good on it.
Yeah.
Did you try the jump pack?
Yeah.
And it didn't help any?
It was,
helped.
It was rude, and we had to help it up, but it was literally hung on that post
Yeah.
that's in there.
Look at there.
So this is my speaker.
Yeah.
What's left of it? Oh yeah, he was showing me this. It's.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good. Oh yeah, it just kind of crunches.
Yeah, I was saying that I think I need a parts car, truthfully.
Honestly, it would not hurt.
I think a parts car for all the miscellaneous little switches and knobs and doodads and...
Because this is good. You just need that parts car to kind of complete it. And I think it'd be perfect at that point because it's got so low miles. A lot of it still works. Let's see. Let's hook up that jump pack and we can test out the... We can show you what it does.
It probably would work better if it was running.
We can start her up.
Did this window motor come back or no?
Yes.
It did?
Yeah.
This one came back to life too.
Didn't have to take it apart.
Yep, didn't even have to take it apart.
What do you mean? It didn't work.
I think just
Does
unplugging
now.
and plugging back in did the trick.
No kidding. Are you seeing? Boy, Monkey Wrench Mike's going to be real upset. He's going to be real upset.
We did find out that unit that's under that I thought was the amp,
Yeah?
it is actually something to do with the windows, and I think it's the auto down.
Okay, the express up. I bet it
Right.
doesn't work, does it?
Yes, it
It does?
Well, you remember that one was corroded?
Yeah.
Well, these things have to have a continuous loop through both of them for everything to work.
Oh, okay. So
So-
they both have to be hooked up. Got it.
Yep.
Okay, well, give us just a second, guys, and we'll come back and see what's what. All right, moment of truth.
There you go.
I'm gonna crack this door real quick. Boy, she runs good.
I used some brake caliper grease to grease
Oh yeah,
it.
that'll work.
works.
Look at that. Look at that. I mean, she's slow, but she works.
All our hard work. Oh, I might have to get some help.
Oh, let it go. See what it does.
Good.
Yeah, she'll get there.
Slowly but surely. If we get a little bit more lube on it, it'll probably be better.
No way. Well, more lube is always good, in my opinion.
So we got one door working. We just gotta get the other door going.
Look at that, and listen to her run. Man, this car has come such a long way. Such a long way. Well, guys, I'm going to let it sit here and kind of charge up for just a minute. And then we need to go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Yeah, same.
And we'll come back here in a little bit and see if I can't coerce this window motor back in.
We get this window up.
Yeah, that would be nice, because 2 working windows, this car is like daily drivable at that point. The windshield wipers, all the lights and signals and everything work. The brakes are great. It's just driving around in the cold without windows.
Oh yeah, when we pulled the speaker out of the left side there, I got splashed with seawater.
He didn't get splashed. He got
It was
doused.
like on my knee. I was like, no!
I'll bet the same amount of water is in this
Oh,
one.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think maybe that side might have got more wet.
Look, the top works now. That's new.
Hey, we're fixing
We had to do it by hand before. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Where's Mike? Mike, look at this. It's working on its own, man.
it's beautiful.
Wow.
Don't mess with it too much.
Well, the more you mess with it, hopefully the more it starts working the bugs out of it.
That's true.
All right, guys. We'll be back in just a little bit. Well, as usual, it's the middle of the night. It's getting very late. I'm going to have to call it quits soon. What time is it? It is, oh, hell, it's 11. It's 11:12 at night, guys. It takes me about an hour to get home. So I'm fighting with this driver's side window motor here, and what I've got is this spring, and it's really hard for you guys to see, and it'll be really blurry, but right here, you See how that spring is all tore up looking? That's because I tore it up trying to make it work, because this lower brush refuses to spring back, or at least it did. Yeah, I know it's not pretty, but the brush seems to work now. So I'm going to put this worm gear and everything back together, and I'm going to put a little bit of lube on the worm gear there. We're going to button it up, we're going to plug it in, and we are going to find out if we can get the driver's side window to do what the passenger side window has done. You know what this means, right? I found a hack. This motor's burned up. Turns out that top brush, you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think, but the top brush disintegrated. As soon as I plugged it in and hit the power button, man, it blew itself to pieces. So I decided, what happens if we leave the cover off, hook my drill to the shaft on the back end of this, and let me show you what happens here. When I hit the drill, it spins that, right? And as that spins, look at her go. That's a wrap. Well, I got to get this off now, but good Lord. Once I get that off, the window's up. And that's all that matters. I know you see we put the top down. I'm going to put the top back up, and then we should be able to close the doors once I get this door panel and everything out of the way. I'm going to order 2 new motors. It just doesn't make sense. We've already gone this far. The door panels are torn apart. For 60 bucks for a pair, it's just cheap insurance, guys. We'll put 2 brand new motors in here, and as much as I don't want to do this because these pieces are expensive, these Bose speakers, these little things right here, these are $130 a piece. They're both done. They're dead as a doornail, so that's another $260 plus shipping for both of the front doors, and then $60 for the window motors. But at that point, we've got her almost there, guys. Let me get these door panels taken apart real quick and moved out of the way. We'll put the top up, and we'll see what it looks like with windows. All right, guys. She's got windows. The top is up. Everything's looking good. I guess there's only one thing really left to do. We need to take her out for a proper drive. We haven't taken her out on a test drive since she's been put back together. Well, let me rephrase that. She's torn apart in a million pieces, but everything still works. The doors open and close. From the inside, it's a little tricky. You've got to, yeah, don't even ask me where it's at. Oh, there it is, right there. That's your door. That's how you get in and out. We still have to figure out the seats. That's the next big thing once I get the window motors replaced. But for now, at least she's together, and it's something that you can drive. Look at those gauges. I just love the gauges, man. And the fact that it's in park now, that is absolutely amazing. We have no warning lights actually on the cluster, not even a brake light. No kidding. All right, let me buckle up. Let's take her for a quick spin. Oh, the brake light came on. Yeah. Oh, that transmission is so much better, guys. Hopefully I don't run over anything or crash into anything on the way out. I think I'll be all right. There we go. I try not to hit Monkey Wrench Mike's car over here. And the brakes feel all right. They're not the best. I mean, these aren't like A+ brakes right here, but it's got brakes. It made it 1,700 miles home. You know, what more do you want from the old girl? Right into drive. Boy, it shifts nice. All right. Signals? Yeah. We got all our little lights over here. Everything's working. 40,111 miles. Just take her for a quick spin. Nice. Very nice. Look at those beautiful gauges. Brights are on. Oh, it's so much quieter with the top is fully closed and seated. The windows are up. Brakes, oh yes, very nice brakes. This is nice, guys. We're gonna turn around right here. Make sure nobody's behind me. You get run over out here, guys. Oh, it shifts. I know I'm beating a dead horse, right? Because I keep talking about how great it shifts, but you guys don't understand. Before, you had to jam this thing into gear. Oh, yes. God, I love this little car. I don't care. I don't care how many people say that the Cadillac Allante is a piece of crap, clunker car. It's a flood car. It's saltwater flood. It'll never be worth anything. I'm telling you, this little car is amazing. This little car, what an amazing little thing this is. I love it. We get those windows working, and suddenly you have a fully functioning convertible. We'll get her back in the shop. That's where she belongs. I'm so proud of this car. And I can't say that about a lot of cars, guys. I can't. But this car, I know the video views didn't do the same type of views as Swamp Vet did. But I'm telling you, I feel, look at that, it's in park, and it's holding. I'm going to set the e-brake just out of an abundance of caution, right? Let's put it in gear, make sure it doesn't move. It doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't move. Look how easy that shifts. That is... There's a lot of satisfaction that comes with taking something like this that was destined for a scrapyard. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to let her run for just a minute, guys, just to make sure she charges up. Something like this destined for the scrapyard, and you bring it back to life, and you watch it slowly come back together. It feels good. It feels real good. Well, guys, as I said earlier, it was getting late. I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to leave all of these parts just laying here because it shouldn't take me more than a few days to get everything I need. Look at this car, man. I don't know how anybody can look at this car and say, oh, that thing is absolutely hideous. It's ugly. I understand it's personal preference and everybody's got their own taste and everything. I don't see how you could look at this car and think it was ugly. I'm sorry, I just don't. She's gonna need a little more work for sure to, get all put back together and everything, but man, guys, she's so close. She is so close. I gotta remember at some point we need to try to figure out the temperature control. I don't know anything about how that works on this car. I assume there's some type of an electronic blend door, maybe vacuum actuated, I don't know. But I'm going to assume that it is jammed and stuck because it doesn't seem to matter. If you turn it on auto and you turn the heat all the way up, there's your climate control right there. All right. Wow, that just totally blew it out. But anyway, you turn that sucker up and you expect to feel hot heat coming from somewhere. I guess under the floor. Yeah, it's blowing out of the floor and that is not hot. In fact, it's blowing out of the defroster too. So it's obviously in some kind of a default mode. But then you turn it all the way to cold. The AC works. Turn it to 60, turn it to auto. We should have air conditioning kick in now. It's blowing out of the vents now. So it works. Yes, it's blowing out of the vents. I hear the AC compressor kick in, but guess what? Guess what happens? Is it ice cold air? No, it's not. It's the exact same temperature as what we had just a little while ago coming out of the defroster. So we're not able to switch from cold to warm and warm to cold. Whatever's going on in there, it is stuck. So there's the radio, which picks up no stations, but I mean, it's there. We do have a speaker. She's coming together, guys. It's one of those things. It's going to take a little time, and it's going to take a little bit more money. Look at those gauges. Ooh. You think she'll start back up? On the money, man. On the money. We also got to figure out this ignition, this key. I'm scared to mess with it, to be honest with you. But it doesn't, even though we've got it in park and everything, you can't get the key out, and it'll just sit there dinging like that. So we'll have to figure that out as well. I don't know. I hope it's a project that you guys and gals are interested in. I hope you're enjoying the content on it, because truthfully, it's been a long time since I found a car that I really enjoyed working on. And this one, I don't know why, but I love the silly little thing, man. And it makes it so much more fun to work on cars when you have friends. So I got to give a big shout out to Joshua and Michael. Michael from Santa's Workshop, Joshua from Too Many Projects Garage. Remember, Joshua just took that Subaru home. He's trying to drive it all the way back to Tulsa from AR headquarters. Guys, Monkey Wrench Mike's 190. Yeah. Sorry, we pushed it outside. I needed some shop space back, so I needed to move my bikes over there so I could use my bench, and I needed the space to kind of get some work done on this. So don't worry, Monkey Wrench Mike will be back on that soon. I'm 100% sure of it. But go check out Too Many Projects Garage and see what he's going to do with the Subi. And go check out Michael from Santa's Workshop. Like I said earlier, their links are right below. And it was so much fun hanging out and working on this car. But now it's midnight. It's going to take me an hour to get home. I'm done. I'm going to go order some parts. And we'll come back to this in the next one.